Cancer is a continuously growing global health problem that poses major challenges, most especially in developing countries. Find out how this international distributor of innovative health products came up with a series of solutions to help increase a patient's chance to survive the odds. In 2020, the Philippines hit a record of 354,398 prevalent cancer cases within a 5-year period. But because of poor access to health care, especially for people living below the poverty line, the advances and breakthroughs in cancer remain unattainable to many.
Cancer refers to a group of diseases that's characterized actually by cell growth, abnormal cell growth and proliferation, inflammation, as well as angiogenesis or formation of new blood vessels. It always starts with mutation in the genome or the genetic makeup of a person inside the cell. Before PPARs, most of my patients, they were unable to finish the chemotherapy regimens because of the side effects and because of discomfort during the process of chemotherapy.
Maria's son Dominic was diagnosed with stage 4 rhabdomyosarcoma when he was only 4 years old. While coping with the recovery of her other sick child, Maria found it hard to accept Dominic's condition.
It was actually very devastating kasi with Dominic, it was manifested mga 4 years old na siya. Unlike dun sa daughter ko na congenital talaga, baby pa lang. Yung mga bandang September, meron ng umuumbok-umbok dito sa leeg niya. Hindi ko talagang iniisip na cancer kaagad siya until nag-nosebleed siya.
Dominic was prescribed chemotherapy, but his family insisted to rush to an integrative doctor to seek for alternative cure.
Medyo hesitant ako kasi as a mother, I know the side effects ng chemotherapy kasi. So what I did is that I rushed towards the integrative doctor of my daughter, who happened to be PPAR partner doctor of Simply Nature.
One of the hardest decisions to make for people living with cancer is choosing the kind of treatment that would work best. To help patients and their families deal with this growing health problem, one company commits to producing safe, credible, and natural health solutions by drawing on the latest bioscience technology to deliver a series of safe, efficient, and natural products. What is Simply Nature and what does it do?
Simply Nature is a company we created and founded about 10 years ago. Our mission is to find effective health solutions for people. So we provide natural products that work in combination with conventional therapy and medicine.
As an international company that provides natural solutions for cancer, metabolic syndrome, and degenerative diseases, the management upholds a health philosophy that centers on whole food nutrition as the frontier in health management.
When we talk about choosing treatment, especially in the area of cancer, patients are really afraid of chemotherapy because of its side effects, and they tend to then look towards natural products. But this is not either conventional or natural choice. At Simply Nature, patients can have the best of both worlds. Our protocols work with conventional chemotherapy to minimize its side effects so that they can get the best treatment using both conventional and natural together.
Cancer is like a virus. It continuously evolves, it mutates, so it can develop defenses against our usual treatment modalities like chemotherapy.
Like I said, chemotherapy and radiation therapy have a lot of side effects. So more often than not, patients stop their treatment because of these side effects. It's very important to have the support.
With the supplements that we give the patients, there will be lesser side effects, so they will be able to finish their chemotherapy protocols more comfortably.
This company introduced PPARs, which is touted as one of the best natural ways of solving serious health problems.
PPARs stands for peroxisome proliferator activating receptors. It's basically a nuclear receptor found inside the cells. Now, when these receptors are activated, the benefit that you can get from that is, number 1, cellular differentiation. Number 2, it's to promote fatty acid metabolism. If you have better insulin function, your blood sugar will naturally go down. And another one is to induce cancer cell death by modulating the immune system.
As a sole distributor of PPARs, the company promotes its use to many reputable health institutions worldwide and actively organizes corporate health conferences and public health talks in Asia.
Simply Nature PPARs is made out of a special strain of these types of microalgae. It is very effective by protecting the bone marrow. We maintain the integrity of the immune system of the patient, which is very important to prevent infections and to fight off the cancer itself. And also, Simply Nature PPARs is also very dense in nutrients so that the patient can recover faster because of better cellular healing.
Sabi ko parang na-lead kami to an extraordinary and I must say amazing journey. I'm very proud of him. At a young age, na 8 years old, he believed that it's his purpose to siguro encourage other people then. We would like to really pay it forward with the knowledge that there's really like Simply Nature that can help people with cancer very much.
When fighting cancer, living healthy is very important because it allows us to pursue what is important to us in life, and that's what it's all about. When we can help a patient move from being bedridden to getting up, to be lucid in thought so that they can have conversations with their loved ones, it gives the whole process of fighting cancer a whole new meaning. And that is what drives us at Simply Nature. Hi everyone, it's back to school season and all the parents out there, I'm sure you're both excited but also concerned about your kids going back to school, mingling with their fellow friends and students. So today, I've invited Dr. Jansen to give you important advice about sending kids back to school. Doc, how do the parents protect their kids?
Here are the things that we can do, okay? So we can do the things that we have always been doing for the past 2 years. Tell them to wear their mask and only remove them when they are eating and drinking or doing vigorous intensity exercise, okay, so that they don't suffocate. Okay, number 3 is to tell them to always wash their hands. Of course, more importantly is to get them vaccinated for flu and also for COVID-19. Okay, for COVID-19, Pfizer is the one that I would recommend. Okay, so aside from this, feed them a lot of fruits and vegetables, okay? Because here's the evidence that really a high amount of consumption of fruits and vegetables can do wonders for immune system. Okay, so aside from fruits and vegetables, again, exercise at least 60 minutes every day, and of course, sufficient sleep. Okay?
So it's good. Don't stop your kids from running around in school and playing with their friends, especially running, right? So let them exercise. Doc, important question for all the parents out there. I'm sure every parent would want to supplement their kids, even if they don't supplement themselves. They will buy like vitamin C syrup and things like that because they're sending their kids back to school, face-to-face contact with other students. Doc, as a doctor and a lifestyle specialist, how would you choose and how would you recommend parents go about supplementing their kids?
I would choose a whole food supplement. Okay, so by whole food, it means that the supplement that you're giving is in a whole food form, meaning it is unprocessed and unrefined. Fruits and vegetables, no, that was converted into a pill form. Okay?
Because sometimes you just can't get your kids to eat their vegetable.
Yes, that's one thing. And of course, you want your supplement to have that antioxidant punch, no? So that you get the added protection.
So is antioxidants the only thing you look for? I mean, that's usually what people see when they get a vitamin C plus zinc syrup or things like that. What other functions do you look for in a supplement when it comes to the immune system?
It should have an immunomodulatory effect.
Wow, that's
okay?
a big word, Doc.
Yes. So what does immunomodulatory means? So immunomodulatory means that it makes our immune system smart. When it needs to kill off bacteria, it is vicious. But when it needs to tone down or when it needs to calm down, then it calms down immediately. Okay, so what are the supplements out there that has an immunomodulatory property? Okay, beta-glucan.
Beta-glucan,
Yes,
okay.
beta-glucan is derived from mushrooms. So yeah, you can actually feed your kids mushrooms instead.
Yeah.
Okay, green leafy vegetables. Okay, your malunggay.
Oh, malunggay.
Yes.
So malunggay supplement would be a good
Yes,
choice.
it would be a good
Or
choice.
you could make your kids' favorite tinola.
Yes, you can just feed your kids malunggay. Okay, so I would rather choose something that I cannot still a whole food supplement, but something that I cannot get
Cook.
from a palengke.
Okay.
Okay, I cannot get from a market. Okay, that would be your microalgae. Okay, because microalgae, of course, you cannot just get it from the river, okay, or get it from the lake outright. You have to clean it. But microalgae are really
Superfoods.
they are superfoods. They are packed with antioxidants. It has an immunomodulatory effects, and they are really good. Okay, and the taste is quite good actually. Yeah, it's quite good. Okay, so yeah, that's how I would choose the supplements.
And I would recommend Simply Nature Pipa tablets because we are clinically proven to be immunomodulators. So Doc, you for yourself and your kids, your future kids, you wouldn't just like get those isolated vitamins like vitamins, zinc, iron kind of thing. You would always advise a whole food supplement instead.
Yes.
Because in your whole food supplements, you have more than just the zinc, the vitamin C, the vitamin D, and the vitamin E. You have a lot of other good stuff. So with that, we wish you and your kids a great back to school season.
CA markers.
Mataas siya. Then, nung after 3 months, nung pag-take ko ng Simply Nature, doon, naging normal na siya until now. Kahit si Dr. Johan na gulat siya kasi biglang normal agad in just 3 months, nag-normal agad yung CEA ko. 1 year and 5 months, cancer-free. Dapat may food supplements kayo, like Simply Nature, na proven and tested ko na. Oh, talagang hindi ako pwedeng mawala ng Simply Nature na yan.
2019, I was being diagnosed a cancer of my uterus. So I was shocked. Sabi ko, bakit nagkaroon ako ng ganito? Samantalang hindi ako mahilig sa pagkain. I'm sorry, basura. Started the tablet and then the powder. Tinry ko din yung yung tawag dito.
Gel?
Yeah, yung gel. Yes. It's really good. After 2 months ng aking therapy and taking PPARs, sabi ni doktora, magpa-laboratory ka na. So, nung nagpa-laboratory na ako, praise God, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, lahat normal. To God be the glory, salamat sa Diyos. Sa 2 months ko po ng aking pag-take ng PPARs, ako po ay cancer-free.
Okay.
Energy, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. There's sound. Can we hear ourselves?
Yes.
Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to another episode of Simply Healed. Today's a very special episode. I'd like to welcome all our regular viewers. Just to remind everybody, we have this coming Thursday, we are still having our regular cancer sessions, right? What's the topic this coming Thursday?
This coming Thursday, I think it's pediatric cancers already.
Wow, pediatric
If
cancer.
I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so I think that's very interesting for all our regular viewers. All right, welcome to Simply Healed. I'm Shan, and with me is Dr. Jansen.
Hello everyone, hello Shan, glad to be here again. Welcome to another episode of Simply Healed.
And today me and Dr. Jansen are sharing one screen. Okay, I'm really beside him. Okay, if we are popping up and down, because I think we have problem with the green screen behind. Okay, this is like Marvel's Avenger movie. Okay, we have a green screen behind us. All right. Okay, so today's topic is actually about atopic dermatitis or eczema and psoriasis. But again, to all our new viewers, we'd like to let you know that every Thursday night at 7:30, we have the longest running cancer program in, I think, Southeast Asia. Maybe even in the whole world,
yeah.
All right? Where we regularly answer questions about cancer and anything you might have about cancer. And this coming Thursday is pediatric cancer. Tonight, we're going to talk about eczema. All right, so we're doing it a bit different tonight. Tonight is a little bit more live. We don't have a pre-tape segment where we talk about eczema. Instead, everything is going to be live today. All right, everything is going to be live today. So first off, I want to share that my wife suffers from eczema. So I know what it means. My aunties also have very serious eczema on their hands, and I have many friends and doctors. I actually have one doctor whose husband.
Oh, really bad.
Yeah, when I first saw him, I thought he was okay. Will the doctor feel upset because it's obviously there's one particular doctor, right? But okay, I think she's very nice. I think she understands where I'm coming from sharing this. It's literally her husband was covered from head to toe with flaking skin.
Yeah.
So the first thought is it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
You might think leprosy. I mean, that's to a normal common person. I thought so. I really understand. I've spoken to people who have eczema and psoriasis, and one of the common things that they share, those with serious psoriasis, is they feel shy even shaking hands. I have a friend who is a client who is in Macau. He works at the customs. He wears white gloves because his hands crack and there's pus.
Yeah.
So he knows people will freak out. The rest of him actually looks pretty normal, some scaling at the ridges, but his hands actually cracks and there's pus that comes out. So to all the psoriasis, eczema patients out there, even as we start this program, I want to let you know that I know what it feels like. And I know after talking to so many psoriatic patients and eczema patients, you've probably in the last 10 years of your life tried everything, and it worked for a while.
Then it won't.
And then it won't, and it comes back.
It comes back, same problem again. So it would be a vicious cycle, and it's quite frustrating.
Yes, it's very frustrating, and I realized at some point many psoriasis and eczema patients just decided, heck, I'm going to just live with it. Right? And you live with certain compromises in your life. So maybe for the ladies, you don't wear spaghetti straps, or you're more conscious.
You won't be able to go to the beach, swim.
Yeah, something like that. But so you curtail your life a little bit. So tonight, good news, we are going to hopefully share with you what eczema and psoriasis is. And someone already asked. Okay, yeah. Our regular diamond viewer, Miss Lilybeth Palmer. All right, thank you, Tita, for asking. I wonder which daughter is this one. Okay, so hopefully tonight we're gonna do a very simple explanation. What is eczema and psoriasis? Why does it keep coming back? All right, and we will present to you a solution. And I hope that just by hearing our solutions later, you will know that it's different from what you've heard over the years. And I hope that after today's program, ask all the questions during the Q&A, the Ask Me Anything segment. And I hope you'll be encouraged again, that you will dare to hope again that you can treat your eczema and psoriasis permanently. All right? So, Doc, first question.
Yeah.
Is psoriasis, eczema, and skin asthma, that's the term also, is it a skin disease?
No, it is not. It is just a manifestation of something deeper. Okay, so atopic dermatitis, no, from its word. So dermatitis. So derma, it means skin. Itis is inflammation. So dermatitis is just skin inflammation.
Oh, I didn't know titis is inflammation. I learned something again tonight.
Yeah. So okay, so let's go back to the
skin inflammation. All right.
Let's go back to the term itself. So atopic. So what is the root word of atopic is atopy. Atopy means it has an allergic component. So atopic dermatitis is
allergic
dermatitis, skin inflammation because of allergies.
Wow, the name itself explains. The only thing is we don't know Latin, So that's why we don't understand the medical term. Okay, so Doc, there's this 4-step here. Noel, can you flash that 4-step?
Because that is the very important. Yeah. Okay. So let me explain to you how atopic dermatitis comes about. Okay. So it starts with an itch. Okay. Everything starts with an itch. Then what happens? Especially for kids. This is really
and it's true. Doc, there is like 20% of the kids born are now prone to developing eczema and psoriasis.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's a lot. So it's a big problem. And I realized this because I watched Cetaphil. I saw on YouTube commercial for Cetaphil. Cetaphil is a commonly used
skincare brand. Yeah.
Skincare brand, and they have a special formula for eczema patients.
Yes, they have.
So that means it's a growing trend. That they actually developed that. But Doc, back to how does eczema and psoriasis develop?
So this is especially true for kids, no? Because kids, when they feel an itch, they scratch immediately. Okay, if there's an itch on their body, they scratch. So that is when it starts. So when you scratch, what happens to the skin? It damages the skin. Okay, so you remove the outer covering that protects your skin. So if that happens, there will be wounds. Now, if you get a wound, no, so the bacteria will enter the skin. It will cause further inflammation. Of course, the wound will try to heal itself. No? And how does the wound heal itself? It's through inflammatory reactions as well.
So inflammation is actually so everybody, we keep hearing that inflammation is bad, but actually inflammation has a purpose in your immune system. It floods the area with nutrients and all the soldiers, the natural killer cells, macrophage cells, all this to fight invaders.
Yeah. So so let's go to inflammation. There are two types of inflammation. So we have pro-inflammatory cytokines and we have anti-inflammatory cytokines. Okay, so here in atopic dermatitis, when you feel the itch, those are pro-inflammatory. Okay, so once you feel the itch, okay, you scratch. Upon scratching, you damage the skin. Again, that would be pro-inflammatory. Now, the body will try to heal itself. Now, the body will now increase the anti-inflammatory aspects or the anti-inflammatory cytokines to heal itself. But the problem is your body cannot catch up to the scratching, to the repeated scratching. So if you scratch again and again and again, then what happens? The more the skin gets inflamed. And the more the skin gets inflamed, the more it becomes itchy. Then you scratch again. Okay?
And then you damage your skin.
You damage your skin. And then over time, the damage will accumulate until it turns to an eczema. Okay? So, aside from the physical damage that you do to the skin, there are also other aspects like the inflammatory cytokines, the pro-inflammatory cytokines. So, those cytokines also damages the skin. Okay? That's why you see flaking, you see dryness, you see redness. Yeah. So, those are manifestations of an overactive inflammation.
So, as we can see from what's flashed on your screen right now, the step one to your eczema or psoriasis or your skin asthma as atopic. Atopic means allergy.
Yes.
Derma means skin. Titis,
Yes.
inflammation. So atopic dermatitis means skin inflammation caused by allergy. So what the root cause of of eczema and psoriasis is your body's immune response to allergy or an irritation. So normal people's immune response is properly regulated. Those of us who have developed psoriasis and eczema, there is something off balance with your immune system. Which is why, doc, so steroids and all these creams that psoriasis patients and eczema patients use, they don't actually solve anything?
They solve the symptoms.
So
but
they don't solve the root cause?
The root cause, no, they don't solve the root cause.
Which is why you may have tried a lot of these remedies, you've been using it, the creams, and I know of people whose psoriasis got so bad that it even affected their joints. It became rheumatoid arthritis.
Yes. Rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis. Yeah.
And then they actually inject into the joint.
Yes.
Steroids.
Steroids, because for those cases, no, well, those are severe cases. So for psoriatic arthritis, sometimes fluid already accumulates inside the joint, so the doctor would have to aspirate so that to relieve the pain. And also the doctor will have to inject steroids and also to manage the pain.
Wow. So again, let's take a look at our 4-step: itch, damage skin, scratch, release inflammatory signals. So you will notice that what happens is that your treatment that you've been using all these years never gets rid of step 1.
Yes.
Right, doc? So your steroid cream, your antibiotic cream, your moisturizer, it just tries to deal with step 2, 3, 4. But you know, it always goes back to step 1. So no matter what you've tried over the years, you might get relief for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then it comes back again, and then you feel disappointed and discouraged. So doc, how would you treat your general strategy if someone comes to you with atopic dermatitis, be it psoriasis or eczema? Can you share with us what's the strategy? Is it an external treatment or an internal treatment?
It's both.
Okay. Maybe
so
you can share with us.
Both internal and external treatment. Okay, so of course, for every person who has atopic dermatitis or who has eczema, for that matter, we have to address the immediate cause for concern, which is the rash, no, and the itching. So immediately, that would be steroid creams, that would be antihistamines. Okay. However, your steroid creams, you cannot use it for a very long period of time. The maximum for each use, no, the maximum is 14 days. After 14 days, you have to stop because of the side effects. Okay, so steroid creams, so topical steroids, can actually thin your skin, and if you thin your skin, then that would be more prone to injuries again.
Wow.
So
back the cycle again.
Go to the cycle again. See the picture. That would go back to the damaged skin. So when the skin gets damaged, then you will scratch again. Inflammation will happen again. So the cycle will repeat itself. Even if you use the steroid cream. Steroid creams are, but don't get me wrong. Steroid creams are really effective to manage the redness, to reduce the severity of the eczemas. Okay, and to manage the itch as well. However, the problem is, again, you cannot use it for a very long period of time. So yes, we still need steroid creams, but of course, the question is, what happens if I don't respond, or I do respond, but the itch happens again when I stop using the steroid cream? Okay, antihistamines is a given because antihistamines will manage the itching. So antihistamines is still a mainstay for the management of atopic dermatitis.
Doc, usually when a patient, conventional medicine-wise, what drugs are prescribed to psoriasis and eczema patients?
Okay, for eczema patients, again, steroid creams. So that would be your clobetasol.
Do they take anything oral?
Oral, if the eczema is really bad, oral steroids.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
But still, it works more like an antihistamine to block your immune response.
Yeah, it's to suppress the immune system because for atopic dermatitis and psoriasis, you have an overactive immune system, and then your body doesn't seem to suppress or tame or tone down the immune response. Okay, so
how would you treat this?
yeah, remember that. Remember the term I used. Okay, so keep that in mind because the internal treatment will address that. Okay, which I will go to later. So how would I prescribe? Okay, how would I write a prescription? So steroid cream would be used twice a day after bathing. But before you use the steroid cream, there has to be proper skincare as well. So you have to use a soap with no fragrance, no alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay, hypoallergenic soap. Number 2, you have to use a moisturizer. You have to use sunscreen, okay, to protect your skin from UV. And then we are living in a tropical country. When you go out, sun is quite extreme, no? So quite hot. So you have to have your sunscreen on. After you do that, then you apply the steroid creams. Okay? Then, of course, sometimes it can itch. Okay? Then you need to take an as needed antihistamine. So antihistamines like loratadine, cetirizine, so those types of antihistamine. So that is for the external use. Now let's go to the internal. Now for the internal, it would be different. So for internal, if the eczemas are quite bad, then oral steroids. Okay?
Wow.
But that is only reserved for severe cases because oral steroids, the long-term side effect of that is it is diabetogenic. It can make you increase weight. It can produce osteoporosis.
Wow.
It can also affect your eyes. Can form cataracts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
something
yes.
most people would want to avoid. Yeah.
It can also make your liver inflamed, so fatty liver as well.
Wow.
That is a
That's
concern
also
as well.
very, yeah.
And also, with short-term use, since steroids suppresses the immune system, you'll be prone to infection. Which
Which during a COVID season, that's not what you want to
yes,
do.
that's not what you want. Okay, so that is oral steroids. So how do we prevent it? So food, lifestyle. So again, plant-based diet. Because why? Plant foods have high antioxidants. Antioxidants are anti-inflammatory. So that will help tone down your immune system.
Doc, I think our audience, especially the psoriatic and eczema patients, are very aware that lifestyle, food actually affects their condition. Because the moment they take prawns and crabs,
Yes.
breakout,
Yes.
instant breakout.
Okay, I'll go to the foods which you need to
Yeah.
avoid later. Okay, so let's go to the solution first.
Okay.
Okay, so food. Okay, next is food. Which food
this is
would help
the
you?
problem of doing this totally live.
Totally live. Okay, sometimes
yeah.
I get I get lost with my chain of thought. Okay, I remember. Okay, plant foods, fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes are high in antioxidants, which are anti-inflammatory, which will help tone down the immune system. Also, your gut microbiome has a big influence on the manifestation of atopic dermatitis and asthma. Those two diseases, although different in organ systems, it manifests in two different organs, the root cause is the same, okay, which is allergies. Now, your gut microbiome is very important. So, this is its role, okay? So remember, you eat fruits and vegetables, right? So it is also high in what? Fiber. Okay? Now, once your fiber goes into your stomach, it gets digested by your gut microbiome, okay? Us humans cannot digest fiber.
Okay.
It is the gut microbiome that digests fiber. Okay? So once it does that, it produces what we call short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. Okay, so remember the word butyrate. Okay, so butyrate is or has anti-inflammatory effects. It actually also helps the immune system. So that if your immune system encounters viruses, bacteria, it can kill them easily. But it stops it from being overactive or stops it from being hostile.
Okay.
once there are no more invaders. So it also tones down the immune system.
Also, is both a trigger and also one that stop protector.
Yeah.
as
So
well.
that is how smart our body is.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. There are a lot of researches, a lot of studies already that has been done proving this. And very important, it's not the probiotics itself. So you might get the wrong idea to take in probiotics because that is, again, a temporary solution. The permanent one is to feed the good bacteria that is already existing inside your gut. Okay?
Oh, so you need prebiotics.
Yes. You
And
need
fiber.
prebiotics and
Fiber is
Yes.
prebiotics.
Okay? So
Wow.
that is how I would approach things. So the end result will be, okay, you will not notice redness anymore. Yes, there might still be itching, but it is not as pronounced as before. So what will happen? You use steroid creams less. You use antihistamines less. If you use those two things, those two drugs less, no, so it means that the symptoms are well controlled. So now, what will happen? Your quality of life increases. Okay? So now you can wear your swimsuit. No, you can go out to the sun, swim. Probably not two-piece bikini, but well, at least you can go out swimming already in the beaches. Okay? And you won't be afraid to shake other people's hands because your hand is flaking or there are wounds around. Okay? So you won't feel the social stigma anymore. Okay?
So
yeah.
that's
That's my approach.
That's the approach.
Yeah. Okay. Before I forget again, let's go to the foods that you should be avoiding. Okay? These are very important because if you keep on eating these foods,
You will trigger.
the same problem will happen again.
Yeah.
So the 4 steps that you see on your screen will happen again. Okay? So number 1 food that you should avoid, eggs. Sorry to say. Okay.
Wow.
I know a lot of people are egg lovers.
Wow.
Okay,
That's tough, huh?
they eat eggs, like 4, 5, 6 eggs a day, but
Yeah.
sorry. That's a fact of life. I wish I can say that go on eat eggs, but
Shellfish also, right?
yes, shellfish as well.
Shellfish a big no-no.
Yes, it's a
like
big no-no.
Instantaneous
Yes.
outbreak. Yeah.
Another one is chicken.
Because of what?
Chicken because
itself or because of all the hormones we pump into it?
all the hormones we pump into it, and it's just with the chicken protein.
Okay, wow.
It has that kind of effect.
That's tough. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So another one that you should be avoiding, especially children, especially kids, infants, is cow's milk.
I hear it again and again, and parents don't believe it until their kids suffer and then they stop the dairy. So, cow's milk, if your child has sensitivity to allergies, cow's milk is not helpful for them. All right. So there you have it, straight from Doc Jansen. And Doc Jansen deals with very serious patients, cancer patients. So this is a small case, huh? So imagine how damaging it really is. So,
For cancer patients, they have another problem.
looks so delicious. This
Looks so
cow's milk,
delicious.
because we've been trained by commercials that this is good for our kids.
Yes, it has been there for decades already. I mean, these industries are out there to make money from you. Okay,
Yeah.
so
there are better sources of calcium. You get them from vegetables. And just for everybody, just to give you a good analogy is this, because Doc always speaks from a medical point of view, and I will come from pop culture. All right?
Yeah.
So I will remind everybody, your favorite kung fu masters from the Shaolin Temple in China. All right? And I'll speak with a Chinese accent. All right? Okay. Yeah, in China, monks do not drink milk because Chinese don't drink cow's milk. All right? There's no recipe in Chinese traditional cooking to have milk because we simply don't eat cows.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't have cow's milk. So how did the monks who did all that kung fu, break bricks, and do amazing, break trees or whatever you see in the movies, how did they manage all these things and become so strong bones, right? They get their calcium from vegetables. Remember, monks are vegetarians, all right? So they have strong bones, work in the farms, they get tortured by their mentors carrying water from the river up to the temple.
Yes.
How did they manage all these strong feats, and yet be so healthy and live long lives? They're vegetarians. So the idea that you need to drink milk to have strong bones is totally debunked in Asia. Because in Asia, if we drank milk, it's probably goat's milk.
Yeah, probably.
Because cows didn't come to Asia until the Caucasians brought
came
them
in.
here. You
But
get it?
I think goat's milk seldom. I don't.
Yeah, that's why we don't,
seldom-
in general,
yeah.
Asians don't drink milk because goat's milk is not very
Yeah,
tasty,
yeah.
it has a very strong smell. Okay, so that goes debunk the thing. And for everyone who thinks that you need protein from animal to become strong,
No.
let's not forget the cow is stronger than you, the horse is stronger than you, the elephant is really stronger than us. How did the horse build all those big muscles if they don't drink
Correct.
milk and don't eat cheese and don't eat meat? Obviously, all those huge rippling muscles came from vegetable protein. So that's just to debunk something for everyone to think about. Okay, but I think we are a bit
Off topic.
off
already.
topic. Let me bring it in so that we can do the AMA. Okay, first thing is, I think Dr. Jansen has made it clear to help everybody understand atopic dermatitis. Wow, I love this. It's something I learned today, Latin, right? Means allergies that cause skin inflammation. That's basically what atopic dermatitis is. Now, so you want to be able to solve this, and here is the solution, right? You want to regulate your immune response. That means, as Dr. Jansen mentioned earlier, for people with the eczema and psoriasis, your immune response is too active. So you have too much inflammation for a little bit of irritation. That causes you to itch, scratch, break your skin. The moment you break your skin, bacteria goes in,
Yes, correct.
which triggers your body to send more inflammation, but your body always sends too much inflammation. That's the problem of eczema psoriasis patients. Your body always over-responds with inflammation. So anything that triggers inflammation, your body creates even more inflammation that causes even more itch.
Yes.
And then it repeats itself. So how the traditional approach is that you use steroids to stop the itch, but that doesn't solve your immune response. So you manage your immune response by managing eating high fiber diets that actually modulates your immune system. Now, the other way to quickly modulate your immune system is to use Simply Nature Pepa extracts and Simply Nature Pepa tablets, because Simply Nature Pepa tablets is able to is an immune response modulator. It modulates your immune response. It modulates the amount of inflammation your body causes. However, this process takes anywhere between 1 to 3 months. All right, 1 to 3 months. So within that 1 to 3 months, you're still going to have the outbreaks. So what do? So this is where I will go into my topic. So Noel, can you show my atopic dermatitis slides? Okay, I'm going to quickly go through and show you guys. Okay, it's going to pop up on screen now. Okay, so here it is. What does ADPro do? And today we just wanted to share a bit about ADPro, although I see questions coming already. I'm going to finish in 5 minutes, all right? Okay, next slide, Noel. Okay, next slide. Oh, yeah, it's not showing on screen. Okay, next slide. Okay, it's slow. Okay, great. All right, next slide. So what happens, guys, when I want to see the bar chart? Can you see this one? Yes, this one. Okay, I think we're going to go back to pre-tape lessons. Live is very difficult. All right, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, got it. Okay, take a look at this. All right, this is what happens to your skin, on your surface of your skin whenever you have an outbreak. Okay, the bacteria called Staphylococcus, which is responsible for the redness and the itchiness, spikes. That's the pink. That's the pink. So every time your skin is inflamed, you see this chart here. I don't know whether you can see the 1, 2, 3, the middle one, where everything is pink. So what happens is that your surface of your skin is filled with this bad bacteria called Staphylococcus. All right, and this is the same when you have a pimple outbreak and your face becomes all red. All right. So someone asked, is ADPro effective for pimples? The answer is yes. So what happens? ADPro is therapeutic probiotics. These are healthy bacteria, good bacteria that will squeeze out and knock out the bad bacteria so that your skin goes back to a normal environment. Because once your skin microbiome is healthy, it will be more moisturized as well. It will be able to heal better, and that stops your step 2, step 3, step 4. You know, when I talk to dermatologists who treat psoriasis patients, I only need to tell them this is therapeutic level probiotic for their skin, and straight away they tell me this is what we want. The reason is because every time you apply steroids kills bacteria, all bacteria. It's like a Maron bomb. And what happens is that all the good bacteria is also destroyed. Have you noticed if your kid has LBM, and when they take antibiotics, the pediatrician will also prescribe probiotics.
Yeah.
After your antibiotics, they will prescribe probiotics to restore the good bacteria in your gut. So this is what ADPro does for your skin. It restores the good bacteria on your skin to protect your skin, to help it heal. Because you just applied a steroid cream, which is an antibiotic, and it kills and leaves your skin exposed. Okay? So that's what ADPro does. So the solution that we are sharing with you tonight is twofold. One, when you take the PPAR tablets, you will regulate your immune response to solve the root cause. That will take 1 to 3 months. In between, every time you have an outbreak, apart from applying your steroids, apply ADPro so that your skin will heal. Because if your skin doesn't heal properly, you will scratch again.
Yes.
And then you will
Same
create
problem.
inflammation again. So using this two-step, I want to encourage all skin eczema, psoriasis, and eczema patients, you now have a real solution to your problem. And can we just show the testimonies, the effect of ADPro? Yes, yeah. All those pictures one by one. Okay, just to show you how fast ADPro works on patients, right? You take a look at this. Okay. Yeah. Next slide. Okay. Next picture. Yes. All the way at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. All these. Yeah. Correct. No one. Okay. Okay, guys, we won't do live the next time, huh? I will prepare the pre-tape so that it's smooth. Okay, you can see just 1 day. Look at this, 1 day. Okay, just 1 day. Next picture. Are we? Okay, next picture. Just keep going. Next slide, just keep zooming through all the slides so that our audience can see the effect. Alright, you can see the effect.
Oh, this can be quite painful.
Yeah,
This
look
one.
at this.
Yeah.
You can
Especially
see how
here.
the redness has dried up.
Yeah, that is a
Yes.
typical location for AD.
Yeah, so you can see how fast. 1
Especially for
hour.
kids.
1 hour. You can see it dries up. Alright, not so exposed. The wounds close up so that it will be. It will what? Yes. No. Okay, I see a lot of questions. I'm not going to answer the questions yet. We'll go to the AMA. All right. Next slide. Okay. All right. So I think with this, we gave everybody a good idea of how we can approach eczema and psoriasis. I hope that encourages everybody that there is a real solution now. So we'll go straight to our Ask Me Anything segment so that we can answer questions regarding ADPro and Simply Nature PPARs as a protocol to treat your psoriasis, skin asthma, and eczema. All right, let's go to our AMA. Sheila? Hi everybody, we are back. So sorry. Okay,
Hi,
our
good evening,
Thursday
everybody.
programs are so smooth. Okay, so
Yeah,
okay.
but sir, this is a very special webinar that we are having today, and I'm very sure that a lot of our viewers have learned a lot from your discussion. Still,
Okay.
okay, there you go. Okay, so we are now in the AMA questions. We are seeing your questions coming in. Questions are still welcome. Okay, sir, Sean and Dr. Jansen, I just wanted to know that we have a lot of course, registrants all coming also from abroad, okay, from Singapore, from Brunei as well. Okay, welcome everybody. Okay, so let's not keep you waiting for the first question for tonight. Okay, let me just get this one. Okay, coming from Sammy DC. Can ADPro prevent eczema from coming back?
Okay, I will take this one. ADPro does not prevent your eczema from coming back because your eczema is caused by your immune response. So you've got to deal with it internally, right? So if not, it will just be like all the steroid creams you've used for years. The eczema comes back. So the real solution to eczema and psoriasis is lifestyle change. And if you can't manage a lifestyle change because of your work schedule, where you work, you can't find the proper food, because my mom and my niece came to Philippines, and for 3 days they ate very little vegetables because all the Filipino restaurants are heavy on the fish, the meats. So if that's the case for you, Simply Nature PIPA tablets, go for a consult with Dr. Jansen, and he's not a skin specialist, but your problem of eczema and psoriasis is not skin, it's your immune response. So that's the place where he's actually specialized in how to use lifestyle and natural protocols like Simply Nature PIPAs to address your immune response. And once that is addressed, you will be able to be permanently cured or treated from your psoriasis and eczema. Okay, what does ADPro do? ADPro is still very important because the whole treatment of normalizing your internal immune response will take 1 month to 3 months. If you're a very severe case, maybe a bit longer than that. So for the next 3 months, you're still going to have itch, you're still going to have breakout. You don't want to make things worse by just applying steroid cream. So, and you realize that you can't apply steroid cream on the face. That's a no-no. So when it comes to facial outbreaks, there's not many things your derma can do for you. This is where ADPro really comes in. It will allow the redness to go down as fast as 15 minutes. The redness literally starts to fade. Why? The good bacteria will kill. I'll use a term, it's not totally accurate, but it's easier to understand, is the good bacteria will push out or remove the bad bacteria. So then the bad bacteria is the one that causes all the redness and the inflammation, right, on the surface of the skin. So with ADPro, all this will go down and you won't feel itchy anymore. So my wife is the first person to test this. So when she eats crabs, there's an outbreak on all her T-zones. Okay? When she applies ADPro, 5 to 10 minutes, all the outbreak starts to subside. Okay? So and then she takes the PIPA tablets the next morning, everything is okay already. Okay? So that's how ADPro works. Now, I also noticed somebody asked if ADPro is effective for insect bites. The answer is yes, if the insect bite causes breaking of the skin. So anytime and most insect bites will cause the breaking of the skin because you scratch and you break your own skin, right? So yes, it's effective because it will prevent the bad bacteria that causes all the inflammation that results in the pus and everything, right? Infection. And ADPro addresses that. So it's very good for diaper rash also. It's amazing for diaper rash. And it's really so safe. ADPro is so safe, you can actually lick it. You can't lick your steroid creams, all right? So that's another good example of why ADPro is such a great product. So for anyone who has outbreaks, redness, especially with broken skin, ADPro is really great. But don't use ADPro if you have a deep knife wound. Huh? It's not meant for knife wounds or deep wounds that cut deep into your skin. But it's really good for open skin breaks like from pimples and eczema, psoriasis, okay? Surface level, all right? Because that's where the probiotic works.
Mr. Chan, that's very well said. Okay. Another question coming from Miss Melanisa. My problem is a spot appears in my skin, then little, but it becomes itchy. Then it transfers from one place to another. I take cetirizine at least every 4 days, but then it comes out more often. So I take cetirizine every day, every other day.
Wow.
I have to see the appearance of the rash.
Okay, go for a consult with Doc
You
Jansen.
need to go for a consult, to be sure if it's really an eczema, because there are also other skin infections, skin diseases that is similar to eczema. So fungal infections can manifest as eczema, and different treatment. So I have to see.
But what I want to say is that truly, PPAS tablets is a really good overall foundation for whatever allergic reactions you may have, and many of skin asthma is all based on that. Oh, thank you, Josephine Cruz. That because your dietitian confirmed everything that Doc Jansen shared about eggs, chicken, carabos, milk, seafood. Yes, correct. Right? That's because Doc Jansen is even more expert than your dietitian. All right, he's a doctor level expert in nutrition. But thank you for the confirmation. Really, thank you very much. Yeah. Sheila, next question.
Yep. All right. Another question coming from Ms. Lilibet. My daughter who has urticaria, she's been taking antihistamines and steroids for a long time. Can ADPro help?
Yes, definitely. Urticaria is just another, it's just a medical term for wheals. So if you scratch your skin, so sometimes that can form in Tagalog, we call that pantal. Okay, so that is the urticaria. Okay, so it's wheals, WHEAL. Okay, so try to Google it out so you can see what it looks like. So these wheals are again manifestation of inflammation. Yeah, definitely ADPro can help tone down the inflammation and the eczema. Okay.
And Miss Lilibeth also asked about teenage daughter who has pimples. Can ADPro help her? And that's a big yes. All right, because you don't want to apply steroids on the face. So ADPro is probably one of the safest things that she can apply on her face if her pimples break. Okay. Now, if it's just redness, ADPro's effect is not that pronounced. But if the pimple outbreak is like volcano and it literally pus comes out, then ADPro is very, very effective because it will prevent infection, which makes the outbreak even worse, right? And it will cause the redness to subside. So if you have very serious acne problems, ADPro is your solution to manage all that. Now, I also want to take the opportunity to share with you how you use ADPro together with your steroids or antibacterial creams, okay? So what you do is, as Dr. Jansen said, you will clean your skin area, especially let's say the face or the hands. And then what you do is you will apply your antibacterial cream. So then usually you put your moisturizer and sunscreen over it to protect it again from exposure. Now what happens? Now after applying your antibiotics, right? Maybe after the antibiotics gets cleared off, maybe an hour or 2 hours later, you wash your hands again, and this time round you apply ADPro. Okay. Why do you wash the skin area? You want to remove the antibiotics. So the antibiotics already does its job. It already killed all the bad bacteria, right? Now there is no bacteria on your skin because of the antibiotics. So the bad bacteria can come back very, very quickly. It's like life. The bad guys come back faster than the good guys. All right. So that's what happens. So what you do to protect your skin is next, you wash it again, make sure it's clean. Now your skin is probably bacteria free from good and bad bacteria. This is when you apply ADPro. You apply ADPro onto your skin, okay? After you apply ADPro, let it dry. Then you can apply moisturizer on top of the ADPro, and that seals the ADPro in, okay? It seals the ADPro in. Moisturizer is very important because ADPro does not contain a lot of moisturizer. Although having good bacteria in your skin actually helps to moisturize your skin. But you still need to apply moisturizer to prevent your skin from being dry because you're treating it with steroids and things like that, all right? So that's how you use it. So a good example would be before you sleep at night, right? You wash your face clear of all the steroid creams so that overnight you apply good bacteria to keep your skin healthy and allow your skin to heal. Don't leave the steroid all night. It's like using makeup and not removing your makeup, right? You gotta remove your makeup before you sleep. Remove the antibiotics before you sleep so that you put probiotics on your face so that you can, or your skin, so that it can heal overnight. All right?
Yeah, but Miss Lilibeth, in order for us to help your daughter, please go for a consult. Because I have to also see how bad the pimples are. I actually can relate to your daughter very much because I have had severe acne as well before. It was really bad, but I've actually got a way around it. So yeah, please go for a consult so I can help her. Okay?
Oh, Sammy DC has additional questions. Can ADPro help for radiation?
Yes. Radiation dermatitis. Okay, let's go back to the term again. Okay, so we have atopic dermatitis, right? We also have radiation dermatitis. So it's skin inflammation that was caused by radiation therapy.
Remove that.
Okay, so what do rad oncos usually prescribe for this? It's usually aloe vera gel.
Yeah.
That's it. Aloe vera gel will just give you a soothing effect. It will not address, it will minimize the burning sensation. But, in terms of the speed on the healing, not much. Okay? The aloe vera gel will just moisturize
your skin
and give the soothing effect. But of course, if the area that was irradiated, if it gets injured, then usually the healing is affected. It's affected quite bad actually. So another approach is you can apply ADPro all over the irradiated area, then put on top of it the aloe vera gel. Okay, so that it seals in the ADPro. Okay?
Yeah.
So it doesn't so that it doesn't
right.
get washed off by sweat, by
so the idea is you apply your good bacteria, then you want to give them a helmet.
Yes.
You let your good bacteria wear a raincoat, right?
That's the principle.
Protected.
Yeah, that's the principle behind it. You'll notice although radiation dermatitis can still give the redness, it can still give the hyperpigmentation or the darkening of the skin, but you'll notice it won't be as bad.
So again, yes, it's for radiation treatment. Those who are, especially like cancer patients going for radiation therapy, this is a great product to help your skin recover. All right, because you need a good microbiome for your skin to heal. If not, your skin is constantly exposed and being irritated by bad bacteria. All right. Mr. Oyet Arnais, thank you for your confirmation, yes, about cow's milk. He enjoyed the description. We do not distribute through distributors. We only distribute through doctors, medical doctors. You can either go for a consult with Dr. Jansen or check with your local doctor if they carry our protocols. If not, you can order direct from Lazada Lazada official mall and our Shopee mall. And to do that, just type in the messenger, I'm interested, and Sheila and someone from the medical team will contact you and assist you in getting our products or arranging for an appointment and consult with Dr. Jansen. All right.
Yes, that's correct. In fact, sir, I think everybody for the people who we've been talking to, now you understand why we keep on asking how often the itchiness are coming back or how severe it is. That's why. All right, coming from another Miss Perry, does age matter? Maybe we could reiterate, right? You mentioned about diaper rashes a while ago.
Does age matter? No, ADPro is safe for everyone, and ADPro is the best product. So share this with all the people who just have babies, okay? Because babies are very sensitive to cortisol, which is often prescribed, which is steroids for the skin, all right? Now, ADPro is a probiotic that is edible. You can even lick it. So you can't, if your baby licks cortisol, big problem, huh? Okay. So it's safe for baby skin, great for diaper rash. And on the other side, it's great for diaper rash if your Lolo or Lola wears adult diapers. All right. So that's another issue. Okay. So there you go. It's great for kids. The most ideal thing for kids with allergies and outbreaks of rashes.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate it, no. For kids, pediatricians or dermatologists usually, if they prescribe steroids, no, they usually prescribe them very very mild steroids. So I know you get what I mean. That's why they prescribe very mild steroids. It's because the steroids, kids can get very sensitive to steroids and they can develop long-term side effects, which are not good. Okay, so usually the maximum period of time that kids can use steroids is 7 to 14 days. But after this period of time, they have to stop steroid use. So in between these for this rest period, no, what else can we do? So this is where ADPro comes in, and this is actually what I also prescribe with to my patients, because usually eczemas don't disappear immediately even after you use the steroid creams for 2 weeks. Sometimes I've actually had patients who have applied steroid creams for more than 14 days.
Wow.
It's because the eczemas were persistent. Okay. However, I told her, you cannot do this because that will thin your skin, and if it thins up, remember the four steps that we mentioned, that will happen again. So the time will come wherein steroids will not seem to work anymore.
Yes, and
okay?
I just want to share with you guys one of the most serious cases of psoriasis is one patient with rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis. Right, it developed even to the point, and the person never could have a good night's sleep. Had to have aspiration every 6 months. Wow, that means they had to stick a needle into her joints. So just from taking Simply Nature soft gels, she has not had to have aspirations for more than 2 years now. All right, and so you can see the problem is not topical, it's not your surface, it's really internal. So if you want to stop the constant outbreaks, you got to deal with it internally. So if you've just been applying creams and just making the itch go away, it gets worse and worse because the very cream you use, the steroid cream, makes your skin thinner and thinner. At some point, you can't even use steroid creams anymore. And what are you going to be left with?
Yeah.
Damaged skin, thin skin, no more creams to use, and you just have all that scarring.
Yes, you'll be left with your antihistamines. That's about it. But
yeah,
you already know what happens then if you're left with your antihistamine. So, right, the problem doesn't go away.
So again, psoriasis, eczema, skin asthma can be successfully treated. So that's the first thing we want to let you know right now. And you can see from all the good results from the patients, you can see how quickly we can deal with the symptoms. But again, ADPro and all these creams that you use is to help the skin manage the symptoms. ADPro does one more thing, help your skin heal. Okay, your steroid creams doesn't help your skin heal. In fact, it exposes the skin to more damage because it kills even the good bacteria. Now, to really treat your eczema, psoriasis, you've got to do it internally. So everybody, repeat after me. Psoriasis, eczema has got to be treated internally. All right? It can be as simple as adjusting your diet, which you already know. If you avoid certain foods, you have less outbreaks. But you can go one more step to actually treat the root cause. Okay? And that's increasing your fiber intake and taking protocols like Simply Nature PPA, which is actually an immune response and inflammation modulator. It modulates, that means it controls the immune system response and the inflammation. All right?
Thank you, sir. I just want to go back a little bit on the question that we have, because it actually speaks about the very topic that we have, which is having a good sleep. And you know, with kids, it's really a call out to all the new moms out there. Having babies who have rashes, it's really hard for moms to stay up and keep their babies stable, and not in sleeping, right? Having the rashes in there. So yeah, there you.
Oh, he had asked us to make eye drops for his eyes and nose. Okay, we'll look into that. All right,
We'll look into that. Yeah.
we'll look into that. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, another question. I see two comparison questions here. Let's go first with Miss Edna's question.
Okay.
What's the difference between contact dermatitis and atopic dermatitis?
Okay, aside from the timing, with the term itself, contact dermatitis is something touches your skin, then it forms eczema. Okay, so it may be chemicals, it may be mechanical. By mechanical means you scratch or something touches your skin or something abrades your skin, then you form eczemas. Okay, contact dermatitis usually resolves itself. However, there are some cases that you also need steroid creams already. So another example, this is a weird one, okay? Before, when I was an intern, back then when I was a student, okay? So we go to the community and see patients. So I've had one lolo there who came in. So his complaint was his foot have had a long non-healing wound already. Okay, so what he did was, he took an antibiotic, amoxicillin. Okay, so amoxicillin is usually you take it in and swallow, right?
Yeah, correct.
So what he did was he removed the cap
And he poured the powder.
poured the powder on his foot. Okay, so what happened was, instead of resolving the wound, it got worse. That is a type of contact dermatitis. Okay, so his skin was actually sensitive to the ingredients of the antibiotic. Okay, so it
causes
the opposite effect was the opposite effect happened. So what we did for that patient was to apply very strong steroids to resolve the inflammation, then apply antibiotic creams as well. Okay, so that is a type of contact dermatitis, and usually contact dermatitis happens immediately. So once your skin comes into contact, by the word contact, it immediately forms the eczema. For atopic dermatitis, it takes a longer period of time because the cause of atopic dermatitis is not actually external, it's internal. Okay, something happens inside your body. Okay, you got exposed to the allergen. Something happens inside your body, and the manifestation is on your skin. Okay, so that is what happens to atopic dermatitis. So it's a longer period of time. Okay.
So Doc, in short, contact dermatitis is probably short term, because you were exposed to some chemicals by contact. Atopic dermatitis means that there is something not balanced in your immune system, and that is like another very serious illness is lupus. That's another form of immune system response going crazy, right? So if you have atopic dermatitis, you definitely need to treat it. It's chronic. It's going to be with you for your whole life unless you attack the root cause, which if you got to bring your immune system back under control. And you can't do that with steroid creams. You can't do that with just dealing with the symptoms. You actually have to address the immune system, and that is done through protocols like Simply Nature PPAR tablets with a good lifestyle, avoiding the things that trigger your immune system, and taking things like fiber, which is very lacking in a Filipino diet, which actually keeps your immune system balanced.
Thank you, sir. The lesson, I think the Lolo learned his lesson. Don't self-medicate, all right? And for those of you who wish to have a consult, go see a doctor. And for you who wish to have a consult with our doctor tonight, we have a link, a special link posted both on our YouTube description and also here on Facebook. Click on that and schedule an appointment for scheduling. All right. Our Miss Beth, our facilitator, will be contacting you for you to be scheduled accordingly. Okay. All right. Just before we go to the next question, I just want to greet our VIPs, Miss Cora Gozerato. Thank you for once again watching us even Tuesday. All right, thank you for staying with us tonight. Also for Miss Lilibeth, Miss Edna, Miss Lily, also from Malaysia. Thank you for always watching our webinars. Thank you. Okay, another question. This is the other comparison coming from Sammy, DC. What is the difference between eczema and psoriasis? Which is worse?
Okay. Okay. Eczema is the umbrella term of skin manifestations that that has plaques. Okay. Psoriasis is under eczema.
So psoriasis is a type of eczema.
Psoriasis is a type of eczema.
Not every eczema is psoriasis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Not every eczema is psoriasis, but all psoriasis are eczemas. Okay. Do you get what I mean? It's like this.
In general,
it's like this.
psoriasis is more serious than general eczema.
Not really.
Okay.
Sometimes there are other types of eczemas which are worse than psoriasis.
Okay.
Okay. It's just that it differs on the reason. Okay. It differs on the disease process. Because for psoriasis, that is an autoimmune disease. So that means your immune system attacks your skin. Okay. So that is psoriasis. However, for eczema, there are different types of eczema. So your contact dermatitis is an eczema. Atopic dermatitis is an eczema. Urticaria is an eczema. Your fungal infections are eczemas. Okay? So, yeah.
Oh, talking about fungal infection, I saw a question just now. Does ADPro help with fungal infection?
Yes. Okay. For fungal infection, how does fungal infection come about? Okay. There are two situations. Number one is you got infected by a fungus. So like your tinea or ringworm in common terms, no? So for ringworm, you have your fungus on the skin and the fungus eats the outer covering of your skin or the epidermis. So that is why you have that circular rash there, which is really itchy, really red, and starts from inside to out. And once you scratch it, it feels better and better and better. So you keep on scratching it. Okay. So, how do you address that? So you apply antifungal creams. Okay, outright. So it resolves immediately. It resolves beautifully. But the problem there is it comes back again and again and again. So you have to apply it again. You have to apply on again and again and again. Okay, so that is one situation. Another one is if you are on long-term antibiotic use. Okay, so for the skin, right, you have your normal flora or your normal skin bacteria population. Okay, so you use antibiotics, you destroy the bacteria. What is left? Your fungus. Okay, so there are fungus as well on our skin. However, the reason why the fungus does not seem to harm our body or doesn't seem to manifest is because of the bacteria. So the bacteria suppresses the fungus. However, once you apply antibiotics, you destroy the good bacteria or the normal flora of your skin, then the fungus will manifest already. It will come up. So, in this situation, the reason of the fungal infection is because of the lack of bacteria on your skin. So what is the solution to that? You reintroduce bacteria to your skin again. But also, you have to kill the overgrowth of fungus as well on your skin. So there are two approaches for that. Okay, so those are the two situations.
Again, okay. I wanted to share personal experience. So, when you do sports, this is a bit embarrassing, but for guys at the crotch area, it gets redness, and sometimes there will be fungal infection because there is chafing, right? When you run, your skins get abraded, and like what Dr. Jansen say, now the skin is exposed. So it's open to bacterial infection, it's open to fungal infection. What I found useful is that whenever I feel a slight itchiness because after I exercise, I apply ADPro.
Yes.
So it's like since my skin is exposed, there's chance for fungus and bad bacteria to grow. I just pour lots and lots of good bacteria, so that the fungus doesn't have an opportunity to grow. And you know what? It prevents all. I don't get those fungal infections anymore, or I don't even get. It doesn't even become a rash. Okay, it quickly subsides because after sports I feel a bit of there was some abrasion because of the shorts. I quickly have a shower, clean myself, and I apply ADPro, and yeah, I prevent any preventive measure. All right, so yes. Oh yeah, I see Olivia So asked a very important question. Okay, maybe I have to ask Doc Jansen to close his ears because I may say something that he disagree with. Okay. Okay. Do you really have to avoid eating eggs and chicken forever? Okay. Okay, let's Dr. Jansen, just pretend not to hear what I say, huh? Okay. The answer is, I'll give you an example. My wife should not eat prawns and crabs, all right, because she has eczema. So that means she has a sensitive immune system. The good news is after taking PIPA protocols and having strengthened her immune system balance, she can eat prawns and crabs. If she eats too much, she will have a breakout. But after a good night's sleep, even without taking any PIPA tablets, her immune system is balanced enough that it becomes back to normal. Okay? But she cannot take prawns and crabs every day. Then that will push her immune system too much off balance. So it does mean that you can eat eggs and chicken again, provided first, make sure your eczema is fully under control, not for 1 day or 1 week. Make sure it's fully under control for 3 months, right? Then if you start eating eggs and chicken again, you will probably notice, no breakout. That doesn't mean you can eat 1 egg to become 2 eggs and 2 eggs become 4 eggs, alright? So you will also notice once you start eating chicken and eggs again, you may not have breakouts happen immediately, but maybe if you keep eating chicken and eggs, the breakouts start to come back. So you should stop eating the eggs and chicken and probably eat lots of PIPA tablets again to restore your immune system balance. So the answer is, if you want to keep going in this seesaw pattern, well, this is one way you can have your eggs and chicken and not suffer, okay, by using PIPAs as, but no doctor like Dr. Jansen will tell you, why are you doing that? All right, you obviously know it's not good for you. Okay, so my answer to you is, yes, you can eat your eggs and chicken again, but keep it in moderation once your immune system is back in full strength. Okay, once it's balanced. The good news is you can taste your chicken and egg again, but the advice is definitely really do it as a treat and not go back to normal eating of chicken and eggs every single day. Okay? Because then you're like, it's like you heal yourself to take poison.
Yes.
Then you take a bit of poison, then you take the antidote, and then you're like, I like the taste of poison, so I'm going to eat a bit more poison. Then I take more antidote. So Doc Jansen will, as a doctor, he'll definitely say, "Why are you doing this?" Right?
It's like putting ice on your swollen knee and then just to whack it later again.
Yeah,
then you put on ice again.
Definitely, from a doctor's perspective, why do that? But I know, speaking from a person who loves to eat, right? I know what it means to be able to eat your egg, like an egg Benedict or a sunny side up egg with rice, right? But the good news is if you take the PIPA tablets and ADPro and get your eczema treated and everything's well, you can have your occasional egg and rice and no problem. Okay? But just don't take it every day. All right.
Okay. Unmute Doc Jansen again. Okay. Okay. Another question coming from Miss Oyet Arnaiz. This is a good question. Okay. Can you make it an eye drop, the ADPro, for itchy eyes and nasal spray for my son?
Okay. The ADPro, no. Okay, it's not meant to drop into your eye. All right, please. This bacteria is designed for skin. Okay. The good news is that being a natural probiotic, if you accidentally get some in your eye, you're not going to become blind or anything, all right? Just flush it with water, nothing serious, okay? But please, it's not meant to be dropped into your eye. The good news is that ADPro is safe enough that if you have eczema or skin issues near your eye, you can still use it. Okay,
Yes.
but don't like put it on top of your eyebrow. Then when you sweat, it drips into your eye. Okay, so obviously it's not meant for that.
Yeah, like for some people, they have eczemas that involves the eyelids. Yeah, you can use ADPro and
Yeah,
apply
you can
on
dab
the
it.
eyelids.
Okay,
Yes.
just a little will do a lot.
Don't do that for steroid creams.
You
okay?
can't do that for steroid creams. Okay, your eyes will get definitely very badly affected. Right. For Jen, asked about which step should I incorporate ADPro in your skincare routine. Okay, I think on a practical standpoint, you want to allow your skin to heal at night. You want to allow your skin to heal at night. Definitely, you want your skin to heal at night. And your skin probably is able to heal at night more than any other time because you are in your house. You're not under sunlight.
Yeah, you're not scratching yourself.
You're not scratching yourself because you're asleep. Okay, so your skincare routine for ladies, you will probably use a cleanser and then you use moisturizers, right? Basic routine. So this is where you add the ADPro. After you use your cleanser, your skin is clean. You dry it, okay? Now you apply ADPro onto your skin. You don't need a lot, just a little bit, a thin layer, all right? It could be your hands as well, okay? Because many people with psoriasis appears on their joints and their hands, okay? And then what you want to do is allow the ADPro to dry. How long would that take? Probably just about a minute, you know, if you use ADPro. ADPro is not like a gel. It's almost like water. It's very watery. So don't get shocked. Okay, one drop of ADPro can cover like half the back of your hand, the whole of the back of your hand. You don't need to apply a thick layer. Right? It's billions of bacteria, good bacteria, all right? You don't need to apply a thick layer, okay? Just a thin layer, let it dry, which is like less than a minute. And then once it's dried, you apply your moisturizer on top of it like a coating. So that when you're sleeping on your bed, right, when your hand rubs the bed sheet, or your face, where you apply ADPro, rubs the bed sheet, it doesn't just come off immediately, right? Because there's the moisturizer acting as a protective layer, okay? If you ever use toners, you gotta make sure your toner is totally dry. Why? Toner is basically alcohol based. Most toners are. So that's gonna kill your bacteria. And you gotta make sure you wash away your antibiotics from anywhere that you're gonna apply ADPro, because the antibiotics will kill the good bacteria in ADPro. Okay, so use your cleanser, make sure your skin is clean, dry it, apply ADPro, and then seal it in with moisturizer. When you choose moisturizer, choose the ones that are hypoallergenic, which means they don't have a smell. All right. Because any additive to your moisturizer will increase the chance of it being an irritant. I just saw a question. Anna asked, are skin warts, are they fungus?
No.
Okay.
Skin warts are caused by a virus.
Oh.
Yeah. The name of the virus is human papilloma virus.
Oh wow. So how do we treat skin warts?
Skin warts, get vaccinated, prevent it from happening in the first place.
Oh, you can get vaccination for skin warts?
Yes, the human papilloma virus. So that is
Wow.
the same virus that causes cervical cancer. You can get vaccinated for that.
Also, you get you prevent yourself from getting cervical cancer and warts.
Yes. But what if you already have it? You can get it cauterized, you can get it frozen, then have it removed. So cryoablation, that can also be done
at the derma.
Yes, at the dermatologist clinic. So those are some of the procedures that you
and
can
then go and
go
get
through.
vaccinated after that, so that you don't get it again.
Yes. So you don't get infected again. However, once you undergo those procedures, of course, your skin can get wounded. Okay, so that is when ADPro can come in as well to protect the wound from getting infected. Okay, so
all right.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Thank you, sir. All right, another question. Maybe these will be our last few questions for tonight.
Okay.
Can chemotherapy trigger eczema or psoriasis? I know someone whose skin got red and itchy after chemo?
Yes, not really psoriasis, no, but yes, chemotherapy drugs can actually bring about eczemas as well, because especially for IV chemotherapy drugs, because they are injected through the veins. So once the chemotherapy drug goes through your vein, the surrounding skin can get redness. ADPro can definitely help with the redness. However, since the root cause is not really an overactive immune system, so it would probably only give you a moisturizing effect on the skin.
Yeah.
Okay, but
and prevent infection because of the good bacteria.
Yes. But of course, in terms of reducing the redness, probably not as much, because the cause is different. Okay.
Okay, but this question, right, is another great example why our Simply Nature PIPA protocols are great for patients going through chemo, right? Because Simply Nature PIPAs actually protects your body from chemotherapy, and we've talked about how it actually modulates the immune response. So you can see how the patient, in this case, should be on the if they're going for chemotherapy, they should be on Simply Nature PIPA protocol anyway. So for that particular patient that asked this question, please join us this coming Thursday when we talk about cancer.
Oh, okay. All right. This will be our last question for tonight. Okay, coming from Miss Lily. I have a daughter. When exposed to dust, she have red marks all over her body, and it's so itchy. Can ADPro help her?
Yes, once the redness appears, you can apply ADPro, okay, to reduce the redness. So as you can see, previously a while ago, we flashed different before and after effects, right? So yeah, expect to have the same effect with your daughter.
Doc, again, this is an important, interesting question again, right? People often look for the creams or like ADPro. But if you react to dust so quickly that it becomes red, again, it's an internal sensitivity.
It's an allergic, but however, it can also be considered as a contact dermatitis.
Okay,
however, for dust, usually people get allergic to dust. In terms of contact dermatitis, yes, it can also happen. So it can be both. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So again, live a healthy lifestyle. You'll be less susceptible to these things. Yeah. All right.
Perhaps some
last words
before we say goodbye. Yes,
okay.
Parting words coming from the podium. Sir Sean first.
Okay, I'll go first. Again, number one, to all our psoriatic patients out there, eczema patients out there, I hope tonight helped you understand that truly your issue is internal. All right, ADPro is a great product that will help your skin heal, but don't just use ADPro. If you just use ADPro, then you are just doing the same thing that you have done. Of course, this time round, not only do you reduce the symptoms, you also help your skin heal, but your skin will break from the inside out again because of the immune system triggering the excessive inflammation. So do treat your psoriasis and eczema internally. And again, all the treatment you've used in the past was to suppress the immune system. This time round, what's going to happen differently is you're not going to suppress the immune system. You are going to balance or adjust the way your immune system reacts, not pushing it down, but bringing it back to proper balance and function. So I hope this difference that you hear tonight about our approach to treating your psoriasis and eczema will give you hope that even though you've been struggling with this issue for years, for some patients, decades, this is a different approach, and I hope we made it easy to understand why it would work, because Dr. Jansen explained how your eczema and psoriasis is formed in the first place. So with that, I really hope that you take up our challenge and believe that you can treat your psoriasis and eczema successfully.
Okay, so I just want to reiterate the story that I told you a while ago with the Lolo. Okay, when you have skin problems, please do not experiment. Okay, always go and consult with your doctor first, because
if you experiment, that might worsen your problem. Okay, so go for a consult first. Then once the doctor has a proper assessment, then the doctor can prescribe the correct medication. So you apply the correct medication. Okay, so it doesn't worsen the existing problem that you have already. Okay, so again, lesson for today is to go for a consult. Okay, so that would be my last parting words. I hope you learned a lot tonight. Okay.
Okay, I have one more parting words because of Doc Jansen's parting words. Doc Jansen always says, "I hope you learned a lot tonight," and I want to share with all our viewers, right? Understanding how your protocol works is your key to actually being treated. You know, many times as a patient, we just take our medication without knowing how it helps us. And we don't realize that some medication that we take does not help us. It just makes us feel better, but it didn't solve our problems. And yet we thought that we were solving our problem. So we hope that our program helps you better understand what's the medical issue that you have and how our protocol works, so that you will know what you're doing and you can have confidence that you're doing the right thing. So again, Simply Nature, today I'm going to steal the line from Sheila. We are with you from start to healing, all the way until you receive the results that you want.
Thank you so much. Those parting words are very encouraging, coming from our Dr. Jansen and of course our Sir Shyan Lim. Right. Once again, for those of you who wish to have a consultation with Dr. Jansen, kindly click the special link that we provided on the description here in Facebook and on YouTube. Also, I please join our next webinar this coming Thursday, entitled in line with our pediatric or childhood cancer awareness month. So there you go. It's a very good topic. You'll see some of our children were also patients here in Simply Nature. We're successful, I must say. There you go. Okay, so once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight for this very special webinar. One more thing before we say goodbye, we have a special ongoing promo, not only for the ADPro for the whole month of August, but also this upcoming 9/9, please don't miss out the 9/9 mega sale. This coming Friday, we will be having a special Simply Nature Live, both on the platforms of Shopee and of course Lazada. As you know, you can purchase our products from Shopee, Lazada, and also directly from our office. Okay?
All right, and that's a direct answer to Miss Olivia So. Because there's actually a buy one get one introduction of ADPro right now. So Miss Olivia, take advantage of the good deal.
Yes, don't miss out that. Don't miss that special promo out. Okay. So once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we really hope to see you once again here in Simply Healed webinars, brought to you by Simply Nature. I will not say this word because Sir Shyan said that a while ago. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Good night, and God bless you all.